Microphone check, 1 2 1 2. My uncle was born in the Brooklyn Zoo. All right, we sound good. This one's titled, How Hard Is It to Survive in New York City? Rich versus the Poor. Bum, bum, bum. This one's by Nick Shirley, our favorite bootstraps on the ground journalist gentleman here. And this should be fun.
What percentage of people here do you think are living on Section 8 or on government benefits?
A lot, bro.
How much money do you think someone needs to have in their bank account to be living here on Billionaire Row?
At least $1 million, I think.
However, we need Section 8 to survive. Otherwise, how can we do it?
On average, their rents will be anywhere between like $250 and $500.
It's about $4,000.
200. Could you imagine if your rent was $250 in New York City? What? This is fucking 1992. Gotta blow this shit up. This is fucked up, man.
Dollars for a small studio.
How hard is it to survive in New York City? New York City is the largest city in America with the most people, highest prices, and there's a reason why they call this place the concrete jungle. Simply because everyone is just trying to survive. And with rents being the highest in...
Wait. We've seen this guy before. Nestor, did you see this one? This dude is just chill. Look at all this shit. Oh, that's awesome. No, that's the best.
Trying to survive, and with rents being the highest in all of America at $4,500 a month for an average apartment in New York City, it's increasingly making it harder to survive. Between the rich and the poor, the wealth...
That's AI, piece of shit. Look at that. Flag him. That's great. Now we got AI homeless people. Add it to the list.
Gap couldn't be larger. While you have some people living in $100 million apartments, you also have over 500,000 people living in government housing programs like Section 8. New York City is split into 5 boroughs, with Manhattan being the wealthiest and the Bronx being the poorest. In this video, I'm going to take you through the roughest parts of New York City and all the way to Billionaire Row to show you just how hard it is to survive and exposing the methods the government uses.
Sorry, just doing the fake laugh like these little AI fucks here. I don't know what our fascination is with, like, extreme poverty and then extreme wealth. Yeah. Anyways.
Keep you trapped in poverty. Let's start by heading to the lowest income borough and go to the Bronx. How hard would you say it is to survive here in the Bronx?
It's pretty good. It depends.
Is it pretty easy to get by? Is it hard to get by? Out of the 5 boroughs, the Bronx is the poorest out of the 5 boroughs.
That's true.
Yeah, that is true though. I ain't gonna lie.
Why is it so complicated and hard to live here in the Bronx?
I mean, you can sit by yourself around, you know?
There's a lot of crackheads, drugs, and shit. Shit ruin people's lives, bro. I ain't gonna lie.
Would you consider the Bronx to be an
Because I ain't gonna lie.
accurate image of what New York City is like, being part of the 5 boroughs?
That's the most accurate part of New York. This is the real New York, because even though the people that you see over there, like in Manhattan or in any other places, most of the people is from the Bronx, because the Bronx is where the rent is less high.
And how much is rent here?
Depends. Rent could be $400 a month for every individual. Depends the kind of deal you got in it. But it's
When you
not
say deal, do you mean like the deal you make with the government for
yes,
Section 8 housing?
The Section 8 housing, the welfare housing.
What percentage of people would you say are living off government benefits here in the Bronx?
I say like 99%.
You expect Section 8 to be bad, bro, but there's the new buildings that's coming out with the Section 8, laundromat, gym, all that, bro. You'd be surprised in the projects, all that, bro. It's getting...
He goes, yo, Section 8, bro? Yo, am I tripping right now? You know, if I were to come from... If somebody came from another country, right? And they went to wherever, to the Bronx, apparently, I would be like, yo, I could see why people would say Americans are stupid. I really feel as if, I'm not going to say anymore. I almost feel like I'm like, these people are kind of not all there. It's kind of weird. Are you noticing this?
Yeah.
It's like they can't even really speak properly. Or maybe it's their second language. I don't know. Yeah. But it seems a bit... retarded. I ain't gonna lie. He goes...
nice, bro, with that Section 8, bro, that government assistance, I ain't gonna lie.
No.
Are you guys living on Section 8?
Oh, me, yeah.
Yeah.
How would you describe life here in the Bronx?
Sucks.
Why does it suck?
Because it's New York, where all the crackheads and all that shit is at. And New York sucks. I'm sorry, I've been living here for 42 years, and it sucks. It really sucks, boss.
What's life out here in the Bronx?
Dude, I feel like New York's got like a level of Stockholm syndrome. You know, like I get it. It's aesthetically pleasing, you know? As a former amateur skateboarder, New York was ideal for skateboarding, you know? It was dope. It's concrete, everything, stairs everywhere, shit to skate. But I could never live there. Like, visiting there is fun. Like, a week in New York, gay old time. I ain't gonna lie.
Beautiful.
I just don't understand how people, like that guy, he just said this sucks ass. Sucks butt. But he's been there 40 years. I don't know, man. I think there's some level of Stockholm syndrome to it, honestly.
It feels like a third world country. You get to live life and see it for what it is. Some people that live like celebrities, they regret not being able to come outside because they're afraid that people will jump on top of them. I love it because the kids got the freedom of moving everywhere they want to move and do everything they got to do.
He said life here sucks.
No, it doesn't suck because you rather have the freedom of being able to move and enjoy life for what it is than being segregated.
How much money does somebody need to make here to live good in the Bronx?
You should be able to make at least $60 a day to live good in the Bronx.
To live good in the Bronx, $60 a day. No, dude. You know what I was just thinking about? If I had... Okay, I kind of get it. I just asked, why do people stay in New York 40 years? Well, imagine you got Section 8. All you need is $60 a day to live a fucking dope life in the Bronx. Your rent's $200. I kind of get it. That's not even Stockholm syndrome at that point. That's like, where the fuck are you going to get that deal? Like, Nestor, am I bugging?
No.
What the fuck, dude? $60 a day. No, that's good. Write that down. Write that down. I should be living in the fucking Bronx, dude. There we go. Not really. Actually, you know what? Real quick, before we keep going, I want to see something. Let me see. Because they be throwing out average apartments. They be throwing out all kinds of fucking numbers. I want to see. What's the average apartment here looking like? Let's check this shit out. Let's check it out now. Funk show brother. Right about now. Funk show mother. Dude, I keep fucking this up. What's going on here? Is this a joke? Sorry, I'm having complications. Okay. All right. Here we go. What do we got? We got the Bronx. We got the Bronx. We got the Bronx. Let's get in here. Let's get deep in the Bronx. All right. Here we go. $2,400 a month, 600 square feet. 600 square feet, 2,400, 2,400, 2,200, 2,200. 22 seems like a something about that number. Right here. 1,400. That's got to be a real shithole. Hold on. I want to see the square footage on these. Oh, this one you're living lavish. 1,200 square feet, 3,700. But think about what they just said. Like, what do you get for free? What do studio... Can you look that up? Find me something. What do studio apartments look like in the Bronx? And then send that over to me. Because if you got to pay for these, right? Like, this one's 4 Gs. Hold on, let me see. What's the square footage on this shit, though? This has got to be kind of depressing, though. Right here, hold on. You get $2,000 a month for a 1-bedroom. Look at this shit. This literally looks like... It looks kind of depressing, bro. Like, I mean, for $2,000 a month, I don't know, dude. I would be like that guy in the beginning, chilling in the back. Chilling outside with all my shit. Alright. Let's go back to Nick Shirley from downtown. And whenever you get that, just text it over to me.
I got you. Oh. Between the Bronx, Queens, Brooklyn... Manhattan, Staten Island. Yeah. How would you compare the Bronx to a borough like Manhattan?
I mean, the Bronx, in terms of violence, like per capita, like it's probably like number 1 or 2. I want to say like Brooklyn and the Bronx used to always be back and forth, but Brooklyn has got gentrified a lot. They're trying to gentrify a little bit out here, but the Bronx is almost always number 1 for violence.
Oh, look right here. Like, look right here. We got something happening right here in the park. Somebody's stealing something. Now he just bit him.
You can clearly see they're on something, you know.
And what makes it so hard to live here and survive in the Bronx?
Economics aside, just the surroundings, you know. It's like it's a rough area, high crime rate. It's like you don't get the same amenities that you would get like in a suburban town, you know? Like, you know, there's not a lot of after school activities for kids. So as you can see, like when kids get let out of school, it's almost like kids all over the place are just, you know, and that's a little kid right there.
Yeah, they just came inside the camera. Look, we got some kids coming here. Look, we got kids popping out of here.
Yeah. So
they see the camera and they pop out.
You know, that'll be like a 12, 13.
What are you doing?
So yeah.
Look, now we just got some more kids coming out.
Yeah. So
Yelling,
it gets.
Like what's going on here in the Bronx?
Yeah.
Look at this. No regard for anybody. They're yelling, pushing kids over.
Hey, they're having fun.
Shoes are falling off. How hard is it to survive here in the Bronx?
It's not that hard. You just gotta survive. You gotta maintain. You gotta have a steady mindset.
Man, how would you compare the Bronx to Manhattan?
There's nothing compared to the Manhattan. I'm gonna be honest with you. Manhattan is beautiful, but the Bronx is poverty. Let's talk about it. It's most poverty people that live out here.
And why do you think the Bronx has created a place where there is so much poverty?
Because of the low-income people.
Dude, this is like the first guy who's like, I'm smart. He goes, I ain't gonna lie to you, dog. Like, most people's retarded around here, so for me, it's easy. You know? For me, it's nothing. I mean, you talk to these fucking people out here. You fucking walk around, tits bouncing around. This fucking bitch can't even do 2 + 2 = fuck you. You know what I mean? I'm talking to you here, right? My Uncle Joey used to be my fucking Aunt Serena. You know what I mean? It's fucking crazy. It's bananas. Downtown, right? My point is like, one guy who's relatively there, you know, he's like, oh, it's nothing, dude. I am like light years ahead of these people. It's unreal.
Check that link I just texted.
Yeah, let me see this link real quick.
Studio apartments in the
Yo,
Bronx.
send me that link. Send me that link.
Yes,
every fucking day, Nessa sending me that link.
Yes,
all right. I see how you doing. Okay. Downtown Chinatown, know what I'm saying? Yeah. Lower East Side. What's up? All right, here we go. I actually stayed in the projects in New York. My friend Jamel, I got to give him a call, was in Jamaica, Queens. Terrifying. Remind me to bring that up later. Okay, wait. So this is Section 8?
Just general studio apartments in the Bronx.
Oh, it's going to be the same price. Everything's $2,000. I'm looking for Section 8. Here, let me check this out. I'll type it in. I got it. Section 8 apartments, the Bronx. I'm calling people retarded. I can't even spell. All right. No. We're doing good here. We're doing good. Let's see what we got here. What do we got? Section 8 apartments. So, yeah, these are like kind of right here. But I want to see inside. Because this guy's talking, oh, Section 8, man. It's nice, man. Like, you'd be surprised. Oh, like... Yeah, this is kind of like one of the buildings I stayed in. It was brown. It was like the classic with the green benches. Grandma's outside in the morning. At night, sketchy as fuck. You don't even want to go outside. All right, we're not getting too much information on these Section 8. But apparently Section 8's fucking nice. Like, apparently that's where it's at. Anyways, back to the one smart gentleman in the Bronx here.
Blacks, Hispanics, immigrants, stuff like that. You see all these new buildings being created. We live in poverty, bro. If you've seen the burnt down Bronx from years then, the Bronx came a long way, brother.
Do you think it's a problem with the system, or do you think it's a problem with mindsets of individuals?
I think it's both. I honestly think it's both.
He goes, did I mention the amount of people that are borderline retarded? Like, yes, definitely both, man. But I'm not, okay, I don't mean to harp on people's intelligence. Like, I'm sure if I grew up on Section 8, kind of in the hood, if I grew up in this environment, I mean, you are who you hang out with, you know? So I can't really, you're used to that, is what I'm trying to say, right? Like, this guy's like the one outlier, you know? From what I could see I mean, I'm sure he's probably talked to smart people. I don't know. I'm sorry. I'm not sorry.
How much money would you consider a good month here in the Bronx, or a good income?
It depends, because some people are on Section 8, some people are on government assistance, so it all depends on your income and what you're trying to get.
But if you're trying to live good here and provide for a family of you and your son and your wife, how much do you think you need to be making?
Probably like $1,000, maybe $800.
Really? So you can survive just making $1,000?
Wait, $1,000 a month? Okay, I take back all credibility I gave this guy. No fucking way. 1,000. Even if you're on Section 8, there's no way you're doing good with $1,000 a month. No fucking way. No way.
$1,000 here in the Bronx. If you
maybe he means a week. 1,000 a week.
Yeah.
That would make sense. Like, yeah, you could probably get by with that, especially if your rent's $250. Especially.
Are on Section 8.
That's just including your rent and your light bill. That's not including the food expense costs and the rise of food that's increasing throughout the years. Because obviously food is increasing. Eggs was just $10 a month. So everything's increasing, you know what I'm saying?
Wow. How hard is it to survive here financially in the Bronx?
Well, it's really hard because of the rent. The rent in the Bronx is like the worst problem that we have. It's not only in the Bronx, it's in the community. Like everywhere, the rent is so high that you got to do so many things to survive.
What's the average rent somebody is going to have to pay here if they're not on Section 8?
For a 2-bedroom apartment, it will be $3,500.
And do you think Section 8 kind of incentivizes people to stay poor? That way they can stay inside of the brackets to get the cheap housing?
I would say so. It got to be another way. I'll say so. But however, we need Section 8 to survive. Otherwise, how can we do it? And if we make certain amount of money, a little bit of money, more money, then we don't get that support.
Yes,
and it's hard.
It's kind of like twisted because if you do well, then you're going to be paying more. But if you
That's crazy.
If you pay,
I have a
make
bachelor's
less.
degree in clinical psychology. If I go to work, a regular job, I won't be getting any help. I could only come out here whenever I got a little time to make extra money to survive.
What's a good day of business like out here?
I'm not gonna respond to that.
No, we can't do that for taxes, right? We can't do that.
No, fucking retard. She's not allowed to say anything for taxes, dude. She goes like, I'm paying taxes. Hold on, wait. Look at her face real fast. She's hold on. Get ready for it. She goes, you think I'm paying taxes, bro? Like, but it's, I don't blame her though. If your rent's $250, I mean, even if you started making 60 grand a year, all of a sudden you got to start paying $3 grand a month for rent. It's the same shit. So she's out here just under the table. I'll never forget this. Nestor around here. Nestor just moved locally. Also, everybody freaking out about our new studio. It's our secondary studio. And we're not going to film in there again until our audio is fucking good. Because we keep getting just your audio. Fuck you guys. How about that? I'm just kidding. I love you. But we don't know what we're doing, okay? We're a lot like this lady here, okay? We're a lot like this woman. We're just kind of winging it through life. But my point is great, Nestor. Now you made me lose my train of thought.
Sorry.
Okay, back to the Section 8 food stamp situation. So I'll never forget this. Where we live, it's kind of like hood adjacent, you would say?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so never forget this shit. Dude pulls up. Brand new Benz. Gucci flip-flops. Boom. EBT card. Swipe. And I just remember going, wow. Beautiful world, man. Beautiful world. I just want to throw that out there. You'll see it, dude. You'll fucking see it. Just, it will happen to you. And you'll be blown away. But I don't really blame them, honestly. Like, as fucked up as that might sound, I kind of get it, you know? Yeah. Like, who's to say if we grew up with Section 8, passed down from generation to generation, who's to say we wouldn't be like, why would I work a job and pay my taxes and be... I mean, you'd have to make an astronomical amount of money to have the same quality of life this person's already living. Yeah. Is kind of my point. But then again, you're also stronghold into staying in a place that I honestly would not want to live. I would not want to live there. Visit, good time. Live there, absolutely fucking not.
That for taxes,
no,
right?
I didn't say that.
Now, there's a reason why this lady, despite having a college degree, is working on the streets only accepting cash, and that's because of what's called the poverty trap. And you must understand this about government benefits in Section 8. They were designed to help low-income families afford housing, but there's a catch. Let's say you're a single mom in New York City making $30,000 a year, you qualify for Section 8, and maybe you're only paying $500 a month for rent while the government covers the rest. But the moment your income rises, maybe you get a raise or a better job, the system starts taking away your benefits, your rent goes up, and if you make too much money, you lose Section 8 entirely, which means if you go from making $30,000 to $45,000, you might actually not feel richer because you're actually losing money, because you'll have to pay market value for rent, making you actually poorer than you were just making $30,000 a year. So you stay poor, you keep your housing, you try to level up, and suddenly you're punished. This is why it's called the poverty trap. And
The poverty trap, though, here's the fucked up part. Even if you do well, it's not like you get rewarded for doing well. And even if you wanted to make less money, for instance, if me and Nestor here, I don't have the second camera hooked up, but if me and Nestor here decided to just make less money, how do you honestly think that's going to pan out for me? I walk into the Section 8, into the office. How do you think that's going to pan out for me? Seriously, look at me. Not too well. Not too well. Most people won't even get the opportunity to have Section 8. And I understand. Look up who has the most welfare in Section 8. I believe it's white people. But I'm not seeing that. That's not what's being reported on. Maybe they hold the... Okay, see what demographic holds the most in Section 8. Not food stamps, in Section 8.
It says seniors, people with disabilities, and families with children.
Okay, so that's a lot of old white motherfuckers.
Yes, sir.
Yes, okay. That I can attest to, for sure. Old people are the exception. Old people and children. All right, but but then you could argue that the children are a weapon. It's a bartering tool. I have 7 kids. I get paid this much more.
7 disabilities.
Yeah, we won't use diapers. We'll save money on that. We'll have wood floors. I get it. There's a whole tactic to this, a whole brainstorming thing. But put what ethnicity holds the most in Section 8 under the age of 50. I know that's very odd. You get back to me on that. Anyways.
Politicians know that this is a way to control the people. If you make more...
I just throw Nestor the biggest curveballs.
It says black and Hispanic individuals for that.
There you go. No offense. I really don't give a fuck. I'm just saying you hear that a lot. Yeah. White people. They hold the most. Yeah, fucking 80-year-olds. Yeah, for sure. For sure. But when you see this firsthand, there's a reason. It's not coincidence that all you see every time is Spanish, black, because I'm already perceived in your mind that I shouldn't need this. Dang. And that's cool. Yeah. I don't give a fuck. I don't care. It's all good. I'm just making a point here. All right. We got to the bottom of it. Journalism at its finest from downtown. I was downtown Lower East Side, right? 2 fucking chicken heads, boom, boom, clucking at me, right? I say, hey, how you doing? Sorry.
More money, you lose your benefits.
I'm glad we got to the bottom of that, is all I'm saying. Good.
They silently say, stay poor and we'll provide for you, but don't worry, we will still blame the rich for keeping you poor. And before we leave the Bronx and head...
Nestor, be honest.
Yeah.
Am I too much to work with?
No, you're like the best boss ever.
All right, from downtown, how you doing? Seriously. What's your fucking middle name? Ricky? Probably not.
I wanted to ask you this on air. Can I get a raise?
Well, here's the thing. If I give you a raise, you're going to lose your SNAP benefits, kid.
Oh,
I'm just joking. I'm just joking. All right. It looks like this guy's about to go to the rich part of town. I pay Nestor very well. Okay.
Head into Manhattan, I want to take you guys to one of the infamous projects inside of the Bronx.
What's life like in a project here in the Bronx?
Well, just to give you a reference, it's...
All right, he's about to go to the rich part of New York and talk about the projects. I'm going to tell you straight up before we go to the comment section. I went to New York in 2009. I was 19 years old, and I stayed with my friend Jamil somewhere in Jamaica, Queens. But it was the classic... gnarly. It looked like the movie 8 Mile, but imagine New York. It looked like Paid in Full kind of deal. If you've ever seen that movie, a great movie, by the way. My point is 2 white dudes, me and my boy Johnny, we go and we stay with Jamil, who we've met skateboarding in the Project Building in New York, and just a couple of whiteys walking in. We stood out, but walking through the stairwell, it's like a 10-story building, no elevators. You just gotta fucking thug it out and walk. But as you're walking up these, imagine this, it's like green, very eerie, desolate lighting, very what's that word? Incandescent lighting, real low, yellow, just real grimy. We walk up, motherfuckers smoking blunts in the hallway, just grilling you. Oof. In the hallways, dude, just blazing. This is 2009, okay? But that's where he had to live. That's where he grew up. To him, that was normal. And here, me and Johnny, the white boys, walking in, and we're like, yo, this is some fucked up shit, dude. Like, we didn't go anywhere without them. We were like, fuck this. It was honestly, we didn't know what we were getting ourselves into. But what was he supposed to tell us? You know, to him, this is normal. He's not thinking anything different. True. Right? So I don't know. I don't know how people do it. Well, I do know how people do it. They get cheap-ass fucking rent, and then they get stuck in New York. And we're not even... You guys can finish out Nick Shirley's video. He's going to go to the rich part of town. But we already fucking know, dude. Actually, you know what? One part. Let's go. It looks like he's talking to some lady in Manhattan. We'll go to this real fast, and then we'll wind it down. We'll go to the comment section. Let's go to rich. Let's go to Manhattan, up the east side.
A month. After you're done paying your rent, your taxes, and your groceries, how much money do you have left over?
I'm usually borrowing money.
Really? So you're borrowing money every month just to stay afloat?
My mother-in-law has to help me out, and then I have to give it back to her, so yeah.
Some people here are just going in debt trying to survive.
Yep, basically. I want to move out of New York, but I can't.
And why can't you move out of New York?
I'm born and raised. This is where I belong.
So even though you're going into debt to survive here in New York City, you still prefer to live here than any other city in the world?
Yeah, kind of stupid, but yeah.
And why is that?
I don't know. I can't answer that question. I have no clue. It's kind of stupid, but yeah.
And do you think the government, or do you think the government leaders here are doing enough to bring down prices?
No, because they just cut my medical insurance for me and my kids because I make too much money.
Because you make too much money?
Uh-huh. According to the government.
All right, so there you have it. Even the people who are making the money and doing good, living in fucking Manhattan, it's the same shit. But what's crazy is like she still wants to stay there too. But when that's all you know, I kind of get it. Mm-hmm. I kind of get it. It's hard leaving. It's hard leaving when that's all you know, right? And then you get told New York City, greatest city in the world, right? You get told that your whole fucking life. There you have it, man. All right. You either be poor and get Section 8 or good luck. That's classic. That's New York City for you. All right. The funniest thing about individuals living in metropolitan areas is how much they complain, yet keep electing the same problems over and over again. Well, yeah, they stay there. That's the best. I mean, I get it. If you love New York, then you stay there. We heard some people in there, like, New York's the shit. Like, we love it here. The one guy, he's like, it's third world country. It's fucking awesome. You know, kids run around. Everything's free. My rent's $20. It's sick. Life's just 45 and your rent. He's like, dude, I feel like I'm 16. I got no rent. It's summer vacation. All right. Living in New York City is cool. Cool if you're rich. Oh, wait. You know what we didn't see? Real quick. Where was that guy just sitting on the side of the sidewalk? Where was that dude at? That's what I want to know. Where the fuck did that guy go? We gotta find that dude. Where was that dude? Right here. There he is. Oh, we're ending on this note. Fuck the comment section. Hold on, dude. This guy. I think we've covered... Have we covered this guy before? Seems so familiar.
Yeah, he's a familiar.
I mean, I did live in LA, so this was kind of the normal. But he seems like I know him. Or I've seen this before. This is the best. We'll end on this note.
This guy who decided to move out of his house onto the street and now lives rent-free on the street with all of his belongings.
Got sick of paying rent. Did really well for myself for 10 years, so I'm taking like a early midlife, possibly permanent. We'll see how it goes, retirement.
Are you gonna be living out here on the streets now or what?
Yeah, till I decide it's not for me. It's kind of freeing not have to pay rent and only having like a P.O. box and cell phone bill as my overhead. Really, probably one of the only ways I'll be able to save money and travel and whatnot.
So what are you planning to do with all this?
Yo, look at all of his shit, dude. We just covered a video. It was going out tomorrow. It's going out tomorrow, the next day, with the new homeless bill, where they're gonna make it like criminal or something. I think this is kind of what they mean, though. Like this, like I'm not saying send this guy to prison, but I think this is kind of what they're attacking. Is just all this shit on the side of the road that people have to actually, like, I would have to pay to live across the street there, you know, $4,000 a month or some shit, right? $3,000 a month, and then this is my view every morning, sipping my coffee. I go, oh, New York's the best, baby. How about a slice, huh? Seriously.
All this stuff right here you have on the street corner.
Keep it.
And is anybody heckling you for being out here on the corner with all your stuff?
Not too bad, no.
Wow, so instead of paying $4,500 for rent or $1,100 for rent, you've chosen to take your stuff out here and be on the street?
Yep.
Do you think more New Yorkers and other people are going to start doing the same thing because the rent's so high here?
More than likely, yeah. I've already had probably in the past 2 weeks 5 or 10 people saying, not a bad idea. Maybe we could share real estate here. I said, public sidewalk, do what you want. And that's, you know, kind of my attitude. Live and let live.
And nobody comes by and said, hey, you can't sleep here on public sidewalk?
Nope. Have not had anyone say that yet.
And now you feel just as comfortable living in an apartment as you do here on the public sidewalk?
Oh, no. Maybe I'm the outlier, but I think I'm good on living like that. What about you, Nestor?
Yeah, I'm all right.
Yeah, I think I'm pretty chill on living like that. Nick Shirley from downtown. Here, you know, let's go through some comments real quick. Wind this down. I encourage you guys to finish the rest of this video out if you want to see the rich people, how the rich folk live. All right. I really respect how true New Yorkers don't waste time when they speak. They aren't rude. They just get to the point and aren't scared to talk. Polar opposite of culture here in CA. Corporate, okay. The problem with this country, especially in New York City, is that the middle class has been completely destroyed. You're either making over 6 figures or you're paycheck to paycheck, or your rent is $200. Remember that one. All right. This isn't just content. It is just a series of interviews. It's simply an independent media outlet. This man is making history. Okay. Nick Shirley from downtown. Best thing I ever did was leave New York City 15 years ago. People in New York don't know any better. You don't have to live like that. There is a better life outside of New York. That's what we were saying. That's what I was saying. But also, $200 rent, dude. Think about it. Think about it. That's all you know. Now, if you don't have Section 8 and you're not locked into a rent-controlled apartment and you're just living in New York, dude, somebody like me, somebody like this guy who left this comment, no fucking way. I'm out. It sounds like Section 8 is subsidizing the landlords, not the working poor. If we took away Section 8, these apartments would be empty until landlords lowered the rent. Am I crazy? No, we're going to go ahead and like that. We're going to end on that note. Anyway, shout out to Nick Shirley from downtown. Unreal, dude. New York. I don't know, dude. I'm good on New York City. I'll go visit them. But anyways, hell of a talk. Also, shout out to my boy Chris, $1 Million Business Maker. He has like a little TV show on YouTube. I told him I'd plug him. But anyway, solid talk. Fucking no offense to anybody living in New York, but yeah, I can't afford it. Nestor, you good?
Yeah.
Solid talk. Unreal.